In today's video, we're taking a look at the mythic hero Stellan, aka Mr. Vampire Man himself. Let's jump into it. What is up, Pistol Nation, my friends? Here we are, back at it, Crystalborne. We got two things to talk about today. We're going to take a deep dive look at Stellan, the mythic vampire guy. And before we do that, though, we are going to talk a little bit of guild PvP strategy, because we do have a guild PvP event going on. But before we get started, as always, I ask you to please pistol whip that like button to help support the channel. Hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. Comment down below your thoughts, feelings, your love for me, your hate for me, however you feel about me. And if you would like to even take your support a little bit further, then click an ad, watch an ad. And let's jump into this PvP arena we got going on. So we had the Seeing Red right here, which was the red affinity only. So you could only use red affinity characters. And this was solo PvP event. We actually did pretty decent. We ended up 93 or 92nd. So we did get the top 100. So we did get one of those bonus cards, which was good. We got a great companion card. I loved it. So needed. But right now we have the PvP event again, but now we have the guild side of it. So this is your whole guild working together. Again, it's only red heroes. So if we go over and we take a look at it and we look at the standings, it goes based on your entire guild's trophy count altogether. So if we look at this, we have Lux right now is at first with 47,000, Brothers in Arms 38,000, the Swamp 38,000, my team Roar 7 Days Departed 28,000, Modern Warzone 23,000, Firstborn 22,000, so on and so forth. Now there's a few things I want to just touch base on. A lot of these are going to be like you're going to go up against weaker heroes depending on your personal trophy count. So what you can do is you can actually go and you'll click on the little combat thing right here, the combat log. Am I in the way? A little bit right there, you know, that little like clipboard looking thing, and this will actually show you your entire guild's information. Now this is really good for like the higher rank people, the rank 4s or the rank 5 people in your guild who can kick people out and accept people in, depending on, you know, how strict your guild is. This gives you a better idea of who's actually participating in this event and who isn't. So that way, you know, you can get rid of the dead weight, people who aren't really helping the team, and, you know, keep the people who are. So if we take a look at this, it'll say attacks available. If it says attacks available, it just basically means that they have enough of these cards right here. These things, they got the passes, they have enough, so they could be using their attacks right now. That's basically what that means. If it says no, that means this person doesn't have any passes left. They're waiting to regenerate more or get more. Over here it says score. We got the trophy count. This is their personal trophy count. So as you can see, it'll show from who has the highest trophy count, who has the lowest. So this guy Mayflowers has got 680, and so on and so forth. And you can just kind of scroll down and see mine's at 507, and you can kind of just go and see. And, you know, depending on how your team is, you can go all the way to the bottom, you know, and you can just kick all the people out who have 0. Like, we got a lot of people who have 0. I might change guilds, because this guild is falling apart, and this guild, like, there's so many people who are not participating. Like, look at all these people who have 0 trophies. There's a lot of people who are not participating in this guild. I'm probably going to look to move to one of the stronger, bigger guilds. So if you guys are watching Luxt, L-U-X-T, Lux Tenebris, or whatever, however you say it, if you guys are interested, you want a YouTuber, you know, let me know. Brothers in Arms, if you guys want a YouTuber, let me know. I'll happily join. But that's something you can just look and take a look at. Now, the number one thing I think is so important, and I think some people don't do this. They go into battle and they'll just pick like a random person, like, okay, they got low power, I know I can beat them, and they'll just go and kill them. Nah, this is a little bit different for the guild. You want to specifically look at the person's guild that they're in. So the way I do it is I'll go and I'll look at my team right here, 7 Days Departed. I want to focus on only attacking people who are in Modern Warzone or the Swamp. Now what I do is I kind of prioritize the guild that is above my guild and the guild that is below my guild, because this is the people that we want to take their spot, right? So we want to go from 4 to 3. So I want to defeat as many of the Swamp people as possible, so that way I gain trophies for my team and we take trophies away from them, boosting our status on the leaderboard. And then vice versa, I want to take away a Modern Warzone's trophies and get more trophies, because, you know, I don't want them to catch up and steal our spot in the 4th spot. So that's the number one thing, is you always want to prioritize attacking someone from the 2 guilds above you and below you. So like I'll go in here and we'll look for Ogre and the Wars. We don't really see anyone in there, so then that's fine. We'll go and we'll take a look. Then the next ones would be Brother in Arms or the Lux, because again, they're at higher than my team. So then we'll go and we'll look. Do we see any Lux or Brothers in Arms? We don't. So at that point, I'll just pick whoever. But I always try and prioritize the guild people from the guild that are above me, below me, and then if it's neither of those, then whoever is completely above me, because we want to chop them down and bring my team's power, you know, our trophy count higher for the rankings. So that's something little that I just wanted to touch base on and talk about. Now let's take a look at Stellan, Mr. Vampire Man, mythic hero. Stellan wished to live forever in exchange for eternal life. Stellan made a deal with Tiberus the last time he walked the realms. But when Tiberus needed Stellan most, he retreated. Bored and alone, Stellan began to drift from one distraction to the next. Intrigued by their music and resistance, he began to help with the Skywind Rangers. So there's one thing that I want to do new, that I should have started this a long time ago. Whenever we get like these new heroes, there's always a showcase, and the showcase gives you a little bit of a backstory or a little bit of a story. This game doesn't really have, like, it has a campaign and stuff, but there's no real story. But the showcase kind of gives us a tiny bit of a story, and it's a little bit interesting. But moving forward, I'm going to start doing like short videos where we're just going to run through the showcase, and we're just going to kind of talk about the story and what characters are conflicting with other characters, because it's kind of cool to see there's certain groups that are kind of battling each other, and like Stellan joined one group and he's friends with them, and then the vampires were trying to take the other people away, and then Trinity is on a team, and she was, you know, it's a whole thing. But we're going to do some more videos, like moving forward from now on. We're going to do showcase videos, and we're going to kind of like look at the story, because I think that's a really cool idea. So this guy's really insane. We're going to just go ahead and take a look at his abilities right now. His super hard to power up, okay? So the mythic heroes, if you thought the legendary heroes were hard to power up, mythic heroes are on a whole nother level, okay? At first, to go from level 1 to level 2, it's not that bad. But now, check this out. I have him, his ability at level 2. To get this next ability to level 3, I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You need 5 ability books. I only have 2. So you need just to get to, that's just to get to level 3. Now I have his special attack at 3 and his ultimate at 3. To get these to 4, you need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You need 10 ability books to get them to level 4. That again, and that's not even the max level. The max level is 5. And it's also going to cost almost 400 million silver. I mean, to level these characters' abilities, the mythics, it's insane. It's insane. I mean, it's crazy. So here's what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of give you a brief example of what I think is the best stats. If you do have Stellan, or if you do pull him in the future and you do get some of these ability books, you got to be very careful with it, because I mean, at least right now it's hard to get these ability books for him. You could buy some packs and they do give like 50 ability books, but again, like 50 is probably not going to be enough to max out all this. 50 is only going to be enough to like power up a few of his abilities, so we're just going to go from the bottom to the top. So here's a passive we have. Stellan is immune to bleed. Start of round, heal for 4% of max health for each enemy with bleed. Start of round, if all enemies have bleed, gain energy attack up for 1 turn. So the build that I'm kind of going with is, the idea that I have is his special ability and his ultimate is his like bread and butter. Like those are the most important things to focus on. This passive right here, now it's not bad. It's not bad at all. It's good. But the whole idea is right now we don't have too many good characters with the bleed effect. We do have like the Lupine pack hunters, so that would probably be the best bet if you were to use Stellan with like Grimfang and other characters, the other Lupine, Shadowfang and Moonclaw, because they also have the bleed effect. I mean, we can make a nice little team out of those. Once we get Grimfang, I'll showcase that. But this right now, as of this right now, this is fine for me at being level 2. I haven't really needed to, I haven't felt like I wanted to max this out yet, you know. And then if we go a little bit further, the heal percentage just increases slightly, but it's okay. It's not bad. Next up, we have his other passive is Soul Siphon. Whenever Stellan hits a bleeding target, 17% chance to steal 1 mana if there's only 1 Stellan on the team. Again, this one is very low. It's a good ability overall. I mean, yes, you can steal mana. On paper, it sounds really good, but looking at it, okay, the target already has to be bleeding, right? They already have to have the bleed effect on them, and then it's only a 17% chance, which is very low, and it's only 1 mana. Now, if we do level this up to level 5, it only increases by 25% chance, so a 1/4 chance that you'll steal 1 mana. And again, it's only 1 mana. As you level it up, it doesn't increase the mana. So this one's okay. Again, this one's it's all right. There's other abilities that we want to focus on. That's what I'm saying. It's not that it's not bad, but he has other abilities that are way better. So these two at the bottom, the 2 passives, they're pretty good. I put 2 in there. And then this other one he has as his like captain level. If you put him as like your captain for your team, we have all allies gain 22% increased speed. All allies gain 12% increased physical attack and energy attack for each bleed on enemy targets, max 4 bleeds. I really like this one. I highly suggest this one if you're going to make him a captain of your team. This is very, very good. If we look and we dig a little bit further at level 5, it's a 28% increase in speed and 15% increase for physical attack and energy attack. This is so good because this benefits everyone. So a lot of these characters will have very specific captain roles, like captain abilities, where they're captain passives, I should say, and they'll be like increase. It'll be like increase 20% attack for energy attack for defenders, or it'll be very specific. The really good thing about this is it's not specific, it's very broad. So it's just all allies. It doesn't matter what their type is, it doesn't matter whatever they are, they're all going to get this increase in speed. So that's what's so good about this. And then also the increase in attack, physical attack, and energy attack for bleed on any target is really good, because Stellan alone, even if you don't have any other bleeders, he's going to be putting out tons of bleed damage. You know, he's going to be putting bleed over here on, and then all the characters. So your other characters will benefit from the buffs. So this is a really, really good one. I highly suggest this one if you're going to make him your captain. Like if you're going to make him a captain, I think this is definitely like good because it benefits all your characters. Now, if we take a look at his ultimate is absolutely insane. This is one that you want to put heavy. You want to invest heavy all your ability books in, which I've been doing right now. Level 3, we have 6 hits, 38% damage. Targets with less than or greater, less than or equal to 2 stacks of bleed. Decrease all stats for 1 turn. Now that's really good. Decrease all their stats. I mean, like all their stats go down. So good. Deals 20% bonus damage per enemy inflicted with bleed. Again, that's just a bonus. That's huge. But if we go and we take a look at the level 5 one, we have 6 hits for 51%, which is insane amount of damage. And then at the bottom, targets with less than or equal to 1 stack of bleed. I think it's less than. I don't know why it's like that. Targets with less than 1 stack of bleed. So as long as they only have 1 stack of bleed, they'll still, yeah, if you only have 1 stack of bleed, you still decrease their stats. So that's good. And then this one means they have to have at least 2 stacks of bleed. I believe that's how it works. I don't know, the way they have this is like weird. But that's so good to just decrease your opponent's stats. It's like, I mean, you know, they're losing speed, they're losing attack power, they're losing their defense, they're losing so much. I mean, that's such a good ultimate, and it's hit 6 times, and it's all enemies. It hits all enemies 6 times for that. I mean, that's insane. I love this ultimate. Is so good. Now, this is one where you might actually argue his special ability might actually be better than his ultimate. Now, don't get me wrong, his ultimate is very strong, but his ultimate, okay, his ultimate only, it requires 10 mana, whereas his special only requires 4, so it's way cheaper. It's a huge difference. It doesn't hit as hard. Again, it hits all the enemies, but it doesn't have as many hits, right? We go from 6 hits to only 2 hits, but it does hit harder, 63% damage. Targets with this 2 stack of bleed at the start inflict resistance down for 1 turn, 75% chance to inflict life tap for 1 turn, 100% chance to inflict 2 stacks of bleed to all enemies without any bleed stacks for 2 turns. Increase all bleed counters by 1. Now this is huge. This is what gets your opponents all, this puts bleed on all your opponents. I highly suggest, like, you bang this one out, like you hit them with the super, and then if you hit them with the ultimate, then you'll get, like, you'll see all the buffs, right? Because then if they all already have bleed on it, it'll be insane. You'll get all this bonus damage. So usually it's like, okay, you want to bang out their ultimates right away. With Stellan, it's a little different. Like, you can actually use your super first because it'll put bleed on everyone, and then next turn around, hit them with the ultimate, and they're gonna get absolutely smashed to pieces. His ultimate is so strong. I mean, his special is so strong though. Like, I love it. And then as you level it up, it just hits harder. 79% damage, life tap again, 2 stacks of bleed to all enemies. It's just so good. I mean, the thing that makes it so good is it only costs 4 mana. Like, it's only 4 mana, and it does so much. Whereas this is 10 mana, and this is just like raw damage. Like, it's crazy. So I highly suggest, like, his special and ultimate are the 2 ones you want to focus on. Then his regular single attack is 1 enemy. It hits for 139% damage, high single target damage, 75% chance to inflict bleed for 3 turns. If target is bleeding, heal for 15% of damage dealt, so that's really good. Again, this is only at level 2. If you get this at higher level, it hits really hard, 193 damage, 100% chance to inflict bleed for 4 turns. I mean, and then if they're bleeding, you'll heal for 30% of the damage dealt. So this one's really good too. But again, I think his super and his ultimate are the 2 that you want to, like, level up fast. And then also his captain ability for the increase in speed is very, very good. So I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you did, please pistol whip that like button. Hit the subscribe button for more mobile gaming content and videos with my face in it. And I love y'all, and I will see y'all in the next video. We're going to look at Trinity next. I'll see y'all later. Peace.
Rack it up, I gotta build up the bank to make me a safe house. Shake it up, she got her hands on her knees and she bringing the cake out. Smoke it up, I got some gas, some packs, I'm up in the greenhouse. Ball it up, I'm with the gang, we taking shots off the rebound. Look at my posters, say now, I've been humble too long, yeah. Tell them all to stay